Okay, got an interesting one here. Got an RCD tripping. So in Thailand, they tell you that the earth, the incoming neutral and the earth has to be bonded together, right? So I've come to this second hand, so somebody else has started it, right? And I've come to it. Now, what they've done is they have bonded earth and neutral together, right? And I'm like, oh, okay. And I just put it back together the same as they put it in. And what I found was that the original RCD here, right, didn't trip, right? Didn't test. So when I pressed the test button, right, it blew up, right? It burnt inside. And what I found was that what they'd done, they'd put the incoming cables, which these are the incoming from the meter, they'd put them into the bottom, not the top, right? So when they pressed the button, it didn't test in the way that the manufacturer wanted it to do the test bit, and it blew up, right? So I bought another RCD and I put it in, thinking I didn't know that was the reason why it had blown up the original, and so I put another one in, and it tested, but it hammered a bit when I pressed the test button, and then it tripped. I thought that's weird. Then I looked at the drawer and went, oh shit. So I've just turned it up to test. I've turned it upside down and left it. So when I turn it upside down, I have got the incoming cables coming into the place where it's supposed to enter to the top of the breaker, and this is upside down. So that's fine. I go away. I didn't think that was the problem. We have got a tripping. We've got a nuisance tripping on the job here since I put this new one in that I fitted yesterday. Well, okay. Then I'm coming in now. I'm thinking, right, maybe this breaker is not expensive. Maybe this RCD breaker here is faulty. So I've got another one. It's smaller. The cable size is the smallest one out of a shower. I mean, but it's a 30 amp and it'll do the job, right? Just to see whether it trips that one. But then I just thought to myself, wait there a minute. Now, as you know, a neutral to earth fault will get picked up by an RCBO, RCD, whatever you want to call them, right? And then I just thought to myself, wait there a minute. Like, I've got incoming live and neutral, and I've got outgoing live and neutral. But then, because this is what they specify in Thailand, the neutral and the earth, this is the neutral bar here, forget the browns, also the electrician who did it they do that here, he's put the lives as blues and the browns as neutral. Don't worry about that, right? But then he's linked all the neutrals are linked to earth. Well, that's a neutral to earth fault, and this will pick that up, won't it? You know what I mean? So that's the reason, isn't it? I don't need to change that breaker. So what I'm gonna now do is I'm gonna take these cables out here and then terminate them into the top, turn this breaker around the opposite way around, and then I'm gonna take the neutral to earth link. I'm gonna do it as the neutral comes in. I'm gonna bond earth to neutral on this side, not at the other side, so it won't pick that earth fault up. You know what I mean? I don't really want to bond the earth to neutral. And this is the only metal item in this house that's earthed is this box. You know what I mean? So it doesn't mean anything anyway, but we're going to do that. Okay, let's see how it gets on. I think that should sort it. Okay, I'm back. Been summoned back, tripped again. Right, so if you remember, I had this upside down, so the incoming cables that were at the bottom were now coming in to the in, right? Yeah, and then so the outgoing, so that's live and neutral load, was going out and it was feeding the fuses, right? Even though the fuses are in blue colour, because that's what he's done, right? I've kept it that way, right? So I've kept live as blue and neutral as brown, the way that he had it, because I'm not touching, because otherwise it starts growing arms and legs, his job does. So that's that, right? So then, obviously, what I've had to do now is I've done. I've changed the breaker to the correct way around. The live and neutral comes in from the meter, and then I've found neutral, right, a verified neutral, and I've put an earth cable, right, to the earth bar. Yeah, that's the earth bar. So the symbol there, really clear. And then I've then got a small cable. It's not a big cable, it's just a cable just to verify what earth is at all times. We can always see what earth is for testing purposes. So I've taken that out to a rod in the ground, right? But it's not a big cable. It's not like a 16 and a 10 mil cable or anything like that. You know, well, we'll change it at some point. But it's just so we've got a reference to earth for testing of live cables. And then, so now that earth of our box and every other earth that we've got is connected to neutral, which is what they're asking for. But it's on, it's the before the RCD. It was after, you see, the way that he had it. And when and his breaker and his original breaker, which I'm not going to go and get it, but it basically looks like this, right? The original that came with the fuse board. It had a sticker at the top saying in Thai language. It had enter here, right? Enter your cables from the meter, and a sticker on the side showing a picture of the meter. And it's important for this, the way that this device was tripping that device. Now, and he had never ever tested it. I was the first one to ever test it. When I tested it originally weeks ago, it blew up and it started smoke come out of it. And now that's knackered. So I ordered a new one, right? And I just put it in the same, not thinking about it. It's only then, as I think I explained before, that I noticed, oh, wait a minute, you've got to enter at the top on number 1 and leave at number 2. Once it's made, electricity going through, there's no way this thing can know which way the electricity is coming, but it's just when you do the test. Because what happened when I did the test, it wouldn't just click like this. I'm not going to press it, but that would just go click and that would go down. It was going, I thought something wrong there. I mean, I just thought it was because it was cheap. But yeah, so let's see. It's on now, and then we'll have to see whether, but I think that'll be it. It's been basically reading, and also I'll tell you as well, this rod I put in the ground, it's just a piece of metal that I had, just so I could test reference to earth. It's not the best earth in the world. So it's not getting the neutral earth fault that was there, right? I don't know if you remember in the video before, it had a link going across from this earth bar to this neutral bar, even though they're brown, that's a neutral bar. It had a neutral to earth fault, but the earth that was the neutral to earth fault, the earth itself was very bad, right? You know, it's not a very good earth at all. It's just going into it's a galvanized rod going into a bit of earth outside, about I don't know, 2 foot, 3 foot long, and it's not a brilliant earth. So yeah, so it was a very poor earth fault that was stripping it. Right, and I believe that'll sort it. Okay, that's your Thai electrics for you.